why does it hurt so much? And why does our past hurt so much even when it already happened in the past, right? And why does it continue playing in the present as if it's happening now? So why does it hurt when we remember moments or fragments of our past? Say we get reminded of something that made us sad, that made us remember what caused us hurt, right? When I experienced my miscarriages, that was 5 years ago. I was driving home and from work, and I bought a cup of coffee. Actually, reverse that, sorry. I was driving to work from home, and I went to grab a cup of coffee. That was it was. So I remember because I was in my uniform, I was still active duty in the military. So I stopped by Starbucks and grabbed me a cup of coffee. And at that time, when I was pregnant, I couldn't drink coffee. I couldn't eat anything that is raw food, like sushi, which are my favorite, or raw vegetables, raw juices. I couldn't have any of those. So, maybe weeks after my last miscarriage, I was driving to work, and I have a cup of coffee in my hand while I was driving. I was drinking, and then all of a sudden, something hit me, and I started crying, like out of nowhere, and I didn't know why I was crying. And at that time, I didn't know what grief was, because when I was in the military, I was trained not to really explore my emotions, I was kind of like bottling everything up, like putting a mask and to be strong, trying to be strong. And so at that moment, I kind of like dismissed grief. I didn't grieve about the miscarriages that I had, about the losses. But when I saw that Starbucks in front of me, it reminded me of the pregnancy, when I was pregnant, and it reminded me why I couldn't drink the coffee. And it was because I was carrying a baby, in my belly. And that memory really hurt, and it was triggered by the Starbucks. So if any one of you are a baby loss mom listening, I know that you can relate to what I just mentioned. There are things in our life that will remind us of our loss every day, especially when we were in our pregnancy term, and such as not eating sushi. We're not supposed to eat sushi, and then you go to a restaurant and there are sushi everywhere, and then you get triggered, and because you remembered that moment about the pregnancy. Or you go to a Starbucks and you used to drink coffee, but when you were pregnant, you're not supposed to drink too much coffee. So, but then when you go to a coffee shop, you got reminded by that, right? And so I tell you why it hurts so much, and why remembering all those that happened in the past and continues to play in the present. So if you don't know me by now, my name is Daisy May Reyes. I'm an intuitive energy healer and a hypnotherapist, and I specialize in helping baby loss moms to find their joy again, to reconnect with their soul, and also to help communicate with their angel babies so they can find closure and peace about the experiences that they had. And so let's get to it. Like the example that I gave you earlier about the Starbucks and me responding to the Starbucks, which triggered my memory, it represents that our body is an amazing memory storage bank. It stores memories. Our body does. So, like, for example, the heart organ can store memories of grief. Our lungs, it stores anger and resentment. And then our womb, our reproductive organ, it stores guilt and shame for women. So as an energy healer and hypnotherapist, I help my clients purge out all the negative emotions stored in their energetic body, on which over time, if left unattended, they could manifest as chronic illness or diseases in the body. Because our body, our physical body, our molecules, and all the way to the atomic structure, they are conduits of energies. And these energies, it doesn't discern what they want to take in. It's like a sponge, so it takes in good memories, hurtful memories, everything in our environment, right? And it doesn't help that our brain doesn't make it easy for us to release it on our own, and that's where we come in, the energy healers, the hypnotherapists. So we help release that at the energetic level, and helping you release it, gain you through mental exercises that I give my clients in our sessions. So our brain, it's like it puts it on automatic replay, and the number one culprit that does that is the hippocampus. It's a part of our brain that keeps replaying most of those traumatic memories. And depending on our upbringing, so if our upbringing had, in our childhood, if we had more memories that are not pleasant, right? More than happy memories when we were a child or growing up to adulthood. So what happens is the brain processes what is more. So the hippocampus will keep replaying the memories that has stored in the body, right? So if there were more trauma than the joyous memories, then the trauma will override all those joyous memories. Like, I had one client who, it was a very interesting session where we were able to release all the energetic energy, like memories, bad memories, and we were able to release the emotions attached to those memories. So we didn't really remove the memory. It's more like we released the attached emotion to those memories. So when he remembers those events, it's kind of like, it's more of just like watching a movie with no emotions attached to it. It's kind of like just watching a memory, right? Without being involved or go deep into it, right? So, well, where am I going with this? Okay, so what happens is with the brain, it keeps replaying what it commonly know, which is trauma, right? Trauma after trauma after trauma, bad memories after bad memories after bad memories, and it becomes like automatic, and that's why we cannot process it on our own. So in my session, that's where I was. So during my session, I had this client who we were able to release the attached emotions from his old memories, right? However, when I asked him, because after the end of that release, I asked him to find a memory that was happy or joyful, or a memory that brings him comfort. And you know what he said? He said, I don't see it. I can't find any. So I had to do a different method to help him acquire not the memories, but the feelings of joy and the feelings of happiness from somewhere else. So at that moment, he has no registry of the memories of happiness or joyfulness when he was a child, right? And if that is ignored, or if that is let on for so long through adulthood, that becomes your identity. That the identity of being in trauma response, being in flight and fight response, that becomes your identity. And as an energy healer, it can be done, that it can be released, but the second step has to be through somatic work now. Like, we have to involve the body to release, because the body has registered all those emotions, and they manifest as chronic disease, chronic illnesses, like pain in the joints, pain in the body, some result as cancer, right? So, or anything. So as it deteriorates the body. So the energetic components of anger, hate, resentment, jealousy, all of those negative emotions, if built up over time, it becomes dense, and that density is kind of like absorbed by the body, and the body registers them as foreign substance, in an energetic form, and the body has to build defense on it, and if it's very strong enough, the body cannot handle that, and then it just deteriorates that part of the body that is affected. So for those that have liver issues, look into what makes you angry, what event creates anger in your life, what do you resent, because that's the storage of anger. So that's another way to kind of like look deep into it. If you are experiencing liver problems, look into the emotions of anger, and so I'm gonna create I have a workshop coming up soon, and in this workshop I go into detail about some practical exercises that one can use to release these trapped emotions on their own. It's not an instant fix, but at least it will give some relief. If you are experiencing pain, at least doing that energetic release can help alleviate some of that pain. Kind of like taking an over the counter, but but without it. So some people may not respond to it. So it just depends on the level of how sensitive you are with energy, with feeling the energy. So, okay, the hippocampus is responsible for replaying in automatic mode those memories of trauma, right? So now we'll move to the next part of the brain. So the hypothalamus is the one that signals the brain to activate the cortisol and the adrenal hormones, which is responsible for your body's fight, flight, and freeze response. So if you are experiencing the fight, flight, freeze response, your hypothalamus is responsible for activating the hormones that activate those activities in your body. So, yeah, does anyone have any questions? To anyone that are tuning in, leave a comment if this is landing for you, or if you need more clarity. I will respond to all of your comments after the live. So yeah, I will come back and reread all your comments, and I'll do my best to reply to any of your questions. So, yeah, and I truly wish that our brain would play more joyous memories, right? More happy memories. And just like I mentioned earlier, it's just so unfortunate that the influences of trauma far outweighs the memories of joy and happiness in our life, especially in a person who have endured such traumatic events in their life, and it manifests in the body as disease or chronic illness, and we don't even know, what they are associated with. So, as a hypnotherapist, I also specialize in past life regression, and during regression, we help identify, like, specifically in my sessions, I help identify like what type of emotions are attached to certain diseased part of the body. So just like I mentioned in my example, the liver. So if the person had liver problems, we will go deep into what causes we will focus on what caused the emotions of that created the diseased liver, right? So we will look into anger, we will look into resentment. So we will go in that route. Yeah. So in this scenario that I have gave you, what questions do you have? If you look into your body right now, if you tune into your body, are there any parts of your body that is experiencing pain right now? And if you do, all you have to do is just, zone your attention to that pain. And you can just ask the pain, intuitively, what it is. You can go in meditation to seek out, deeply what this pain is really telling you. Because there are meanings of certain body pain. Like, so for example, lower back. So lower back in the energetic, in relation to the energetic body, it's connected to the root chakra. And the root chakra is represented by stability and security. So if the lower back is connected to the root chakra and there is lower back pain, then that means that your stability and security is kind of like unstable or is harmed. And so now look into your life, what is unstable in your life right now. Is it finances? Is it the home? Is it your security about how you feel about yourself? So there are things that is connected to that pain. So something to consider, something to think about if you are looking into self-healing, healing yourself through just being more aware of your body, being more aware of your emotions, right? So if this is helpful, let me know. Leave your comments below. If you have any questions, go do the same, and I will reply to most of your questions. And at the same time, if you are in my tribe, you are a woman who have lost a baby, an unborn baby, or lost a baby, a newborn baby after stillbirth. There I have a community just for you, and I will put the link below, and it's also in my bio. So in this group, I help the baby loss moms to reconnect with themselves, get in touch with their body again, and because in this way, when we get in touch with our body, we get in touch with our soul. And our angel babies, the only way that they can communicate with us is through the spirit world, through our soul. So it has to be a soul to soul communication. And if we are not in touch with our body, then we are not in touch with our soul. And this will make the connection a little challenging, especially if you are looking for closure or peace of mind about why the miscarriages happened, why did the infertility happened. And we don't know the answer. I don't know the answer. But I have my own answer that was revealed to me through my angel babies. But that's from a very personal experience. And so that's what I bring to the baby lost moms. I help bring them the same kind of experience to where the answers are very personalized to them. And the answers are only resonating to them. So the answers are not a cookie cutter, miscarriage happened because this, and that. We all know that miscarriages are not your fault. Infertility is not your fault. They just happened because our body just genetically couldn't carry the conception process. So it's not your fault. There's no need to blame yourself. There's no need to feel guilty for not being able to carry your motherhood role. Right? You will always be a mother to the babies, even when they are in the afterlife. And your babies are wanting to connect with you. And what they want you to do is to connect with your body first. So connect with your body, return to the body, so you can return to your soul, and that's so that your angel babies can communicate with you through your soul, through your energy, through your awareness. So again, my name is Daisy May Reyes. I am an intuitive energy healer, your soul healing guide, and a hypnotherapist for baby lost moms who are wanting that connection again. So I'll leave the link to join our free community where you can access more contents like this. We do monthly live Q&A and live meditation every fourth Sunday of the month. And depending on how much we have in the group, I may do it weekly. So if you join now, it is free to join. There's no catch. I just love giving content like this. Instagram, I love going live here on Instagram, but it has limitations. But in the group, I would be able to I will be able to do more, inside the free community. So join now if you'd like. It's below. I'm going to leave it in the comments below. So thank you again for tuning in, and I hope you have a great weekend. Bye-bye now.